Hi students, welcome to lesson number 1, Introduction to Public Administration. Objectives of this lesson. After attending this lesson, you will be able to understand the meaning, concepts and definitions of administration and public administration, to analyze the nature and scope of public administration, to understand the importance of public administration. Public administration was primarily concerned with the regulation of group of actions and molding behaviors. With the passage of time, people choose to live in a group, which resulted in the emergence of community. Community living entailed varied problems which necessitated collective resolutions of maintenance of peace, law and order. It gave birth to public administration. In fact, the very survival of community might not have been possible if rational mechanism had been devised to regulate the day-to-day behavior of the people constituting the community. At a later stage, it undertook general welfare and also promotion of human happiness. Public administration has gained immense importance since the emergence of administrative state. Its functions both in capitalist and the socialist states have become manifold. It is an instrument not only for protecting and restraining but also fostering and promoting. Public administration is an ancient activity common to all countries and all levels of governments, but economic, social, physical, cultural and technical factors change with time. So, the societies differ from one country to another country. As a result, public administration's structure and activities also vary from nation to another nation. Public administration is a part of the wider field of administration. Meaning of administration. The English term administration is derived from the Latin word administrare, is a combination of two words, ad plus ministere, which means to serve, to care for and look after the people. In general, the term administration refers to the direction and management of affairs and to the actions of groups cooperating to accomplish common goals. Administration is a process of management which is practiced by all kinds of organizations, from the household to most complex systems of the government. In fact, public administration is a government administration. Public administration as an aspect of governmental activity is very old as human history. Administration may be defined as a group activity which involved cooperation and coordination for the purpose of achieving desired goals or objectives. Wherever two or more people cooperate to accomplish common goals, an administrative activity is assumed to have been involved. In other words, every group of activity involves in administration. However, administration is a collective activity directed towards the attainment of specific goals. Definitions of administration. According to the L.D. White, the art of administration is the direction, coordination and control of many persons to achieve some purpose or objective. According to the Herbert A. Simon, administration can be defined as the activities of groups cooperating to accomplish common goals. According to F.A. Negro, administration is the organization and use of men and materials to accomplish a purpose. J.M. Pfiffner stated that administration is the organization and direction of human and material resources to achieve desired ends. According to the Luther Gulick, administration has to do with getting things done with the accomplishment of defined objectives. Thus, it is clear that administration is a collective activity directed towards the attainment of specified goals. It is a rational action to maximize one's goal by rationally means, but every collective cannot be called administration. Organization and management are special features of administrative activity. So, we can say that administration is only that type of collective activity which involves rational organization and management of men and material. Public administration is an important part of society. It performs different functions in society. It is of pivotal importance in developing countries like India, which are engaged in efforts to lift themselves from a backward state to a level of general happiness and prosperity. Public administration is the instrument of change and development. Public administration is a dedicated academic field. It essentially deals with machinery and procedures of government activities. Public administration is decision creation, planning the work to be done, and formulating objectives and goals, working with legislature and citizen organizations to gain public support and funds for government programs, establishing and revising organization, directing and supervising employees, providing leadership, communicating and getting communications, determining work methods and procedures, appraising performance, exercising controls and other functions performed through government executives and supervisors. It is the action part of the government, the means through which the purposes and goals of the government are realized. Let us discuss the various definitions of public administration stated by different scholars, and administrative theorists. According to the Woodrow Wilson, public administration is the detailed and systematic application of law. Every particular application of law is an act of administration. According to L.D. White, public administration consists of all those operations having for their purpose of the fulfillment or enforcement of public policy. Luther Gulick stated that public administration is that part of the science of administration which has to do with the government. It concerns itself primarily with the executive branch, where the work of the government is done, though there are problems in connection with the legislative and judicial branches. According to J. M. Fipner, administration consists of getting the work of the government done by coordinating the efforts of people so that they can work together to accomplish their set task. Dwight Waldo stated that public administration is the art and science of management as applied to the affairs of state. In this context, we may reflect on the definitions offered by F.A. Negro and L.G. Negro. According to them, public administration is a cooperative group effort in public setting. It covers all three branches like executive, legislative and judicial and their interrelationship. It has an important role in the formulation of public policy and is thus a part of the political process. It is different in significant ways from private administration, and it is closely associated with numerous private groups, individuals and institutions in providing services to the community. In sum, public administration is the non-political public bureaucracy operating in a political system. It deals with the ends of the state, the sovereign will, the public interest and laws, business side of government, and as such concerned with policy execution, but it is also concerned with policy making. Public administration covers all three branches of government, although it tends to be concentrated in the executive branch. It provides regulatory and service functions to the people in order to attain good life. It differs significantly from private administration, especially in its emphasis on the public. It interdisciplinary in nature, as it draws upon other social sciences like political science, economics, sociology, psychology and law. Let us discuss regarding the nature of public administration. There are two views, that is integral view and managerial view. According to the integral view, administration is the sum total of all activities, manual, clerical, technical and managerial, etc., which are undertaken to realize the objectives of the organization. In this view, all the activities of officials of the government, from the attendant to secretaries to the government and head of the state, constitute public administration. And Raphael and L.D. White are the supporters of this view. The second one, managerial view. According to the managerial view of the administration, the managerial activities of people who are involving in planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating and controlling. It constitutes public administration. This view regards the administration as getting things done and not doing things. Managerial view excludes public administration from non-managerial activities such as that manual, clerical and technical activities. This view, supported by Luther Gulick, Herbert Simon, Smithberg and Thompson. According to the Professor M.P. Sharma, the difference between the integral and managerial view is fundamental. The integral view includes the activities of all the persons engaged in administration, whereas the managerial view restricts itself only to the activities of the few persons at the top level of an organization. The integral view describes all types of activities from manual to managerial, from non-technical to technical, whereas the managerial view takes into the account only the managerial activities in an organization. Let us see the scope of public administration. There are two major concerns of public administration, that is, one as an activity and second as a discipline. As an activity, broadly speaking, public administration embraces all the activities of the government. Hence, as an activity, the scope of public administration is no less than the scope of state activity. In the modern welfare state, people expect many things, a wide variety of services and protection from the government. In this context, public administration provides a number of welfare and social security services to the people. Besides, it has to manage government owned public industries and regulate private industries. Public administration covers every area and activity within the ambit public policy. Thus, the scope of public administration is very wide in modern state. As a discipline, public administration developed as in the individual discipline in the 20th century. The scope of public administration as a discipline, that is, comprises of the post-corp view and the subject matter view. The post-corp view. This view of the scope of public administration was advocated by Luther Gulick. He believed that administration consisted of 7 elements. He summed up these elements in the acronym post-corp. In this post-corp, each letter of which indicates one element of administration. The Luther Gulick explains these 7 elements of administration or functions of the chief executive as planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting and budgeting. The letter P stands for planning. It means deciding in advance the things that need to be done. The letter O stands for organizing. It refers to the creation of the formal structural enterprise in order to facilitate the fulfillment of the objectives. Letter S stands for staffing. This activity is concerned with all aspects of personnel management from the initial recruitment to the final retirement. Letter D stands for the directing. It relates to decision making and communicating orders to the subordinates for implementing the policies already decided. CO stands for coordinating. It means establishing relations among the various departments and create teamwork among the employees of organization. R stands for reporting. It means supplying information through a record keeping, reports and inspections. It indicates upward flow of information and it requires the existence of a good communication system in the organization. Letter B stands for budgeting. It covers all aspects of financial management such as preparation and implementation of budget, accounting and control through audit. According to the Luther Gulick, the post-corp activities are common to all organizations. They are the common problems of management which are found in different agencies regardless of the nature of the work they do. The subject matter view. According to M.E. DeMark, administration is concerned with what and how of government. The what is the subject matter and the technical knowledge of a field which enables the administrator to perform the task. The how is the technique of management, the principles according to which the cooperative program is carried out to success. Each is indispensable together. They form synthesis called administration. Public administration as a discipline consists of 5 branches. First, organizational theory and behavior. Second, public personal administration. Third, public financial administration. Fourth, comparative and development administration. Fifth, public policy analysis. Importance of public administration. Public administration is common to all nations, whatever their system of government, whether monarchical, totalitarian, socialist, democratic, parliamentary or presidential. All countries require administrative machinery to put into effect the policies of the government. Within nations, public administration is practiced by the central government, by the state governments, by the local governments, and in federal system by intermediate provisions and states. The importance of public administration as a specialized discipline of study was well brought out by Woodrow Wilson. the founder of the subject. In this celebrated essay on the study of administration published in 1887, urging for the establishment of an autonomous field of academic inquiry. Importance of public administration in modern states. 1. Public administration as a government in action. Second, stabilizing role of public administration in society. Third, the role of public administration in social change. Fourth, public administration as the key to modern society. Fifth, public administration as a mechanism for promoting culture of the society. Sixth, public administration as a fourth branch of government. The seventh, increasing the role of public administration in policy making. Eighth, public administration as a agency for development. 9. Public administration as an instrument for providing services. The role of public administration in various facets. Basis of the government. A government can exist without a legislature or an independent judiciary, but no government can exist without administration, an instrument for providing services. Public administration is mainly concerned with the performance of various activities performed by government in the public interest. Public administration is an instrument for implementing policies. Modern governments go a long way in formulating and adapting sound policies, laws and regulations. A stabilizing force in society. Public administration is a major force for bringing stability in society, an element of continuity between the old and the new orders in providing by public administration. Public administration, an instrument of social change and economic development. Public administration's role as a change agent is particularly crucial in developing nations. Technical character. The present day government is expected to provide various services to its population. The increase in the number of functions undertaken by the government requires highly specialized professional and technical services. Modern public administration usually represents a galaxy of all of nations' occupations. Conclusion. Public administration has gained immense importance since the emergence of administrative state. Its functions, both in capitalist and the socialist states, have become manifold. It is an instrument not only for protecting and restraining, but also fostering and promoting the society.